Celestial Warmth. The name of this channel that this is on is Beta for Native American Flute. I don't even know what I'm doing for video, guys. I just kind of just flow and see what comes out of it. But before we usher in this Year of the Horse, Year of the Fire Horse, I wanted to just make this video saying thank you for all the new people on this channel and the new souls that are hopefully finding themselves within. And yeah, man, this is just gonna be a chill video of me yapping. So if you guys want to stay tuned for that, stay tuned. If you guys want to click off, that is also fine. This year has been wild. I mean, I've gone through trials and tribulations, and I don't know if you guys have felt like that, but like it was a year of shedding for sure. I found myself at the beginning of the year not knowing what I was going to do, to meeting an individual who had a similar life experience to me, a little bit of different details, but of literally the opposite gender. So, like, just a straight mirroring of consciousness. And she told me, don't worry, things like as you begin to like keep walking down this path and going through this game, and even though everybody's path is different, it ends up clicking along the way. So, like, don't worry. And that's literally been the reoccurring theme this year. I've had 3 people tell me that, that everything is going to make sense as you get older, because I'm like only 5 years into true like adulthood. Because people say like, yo, your 20s are just wild. And man, it feels like I've lived a movie. So I've definitely seen it now, but I would not trade it for the world. It's been a journey. But I can't stress this enough to you guys, to those who watch this channel. The most important thing I think that you could ever embody in this lifetime is truly who you are. Like, so serious. Time and time again, there were moments in my life where I went outside of myself to prove myself to somebody, to, you know, I had people pleasing tendencies here and there, but not really fully. It was more of just being genuine, like good person. Like I thought I was being nice, whatever it is. No matter that, just because I came off with a more of a softer presence and did things for people without care, you know, that started to get taken advantage of. So I wouldn't really say people pleasing, because people pleasing is like you're trying to do it to like stay out the way or stay in good graces, and no, that wasn't me. So I would say tendencies, or they looked adjacent to that. But I did things, and man, and over time, because I wasn't developing a strong sense of self, that almost made me bitter, almost made me hardcore towards other people. Like, you know, having to be cunning, having to feel like I have to manipulate and lie and do things so that like my frame is protected, you know, and more of the white lies, not like genuine overall, like just bullshit. And it's so crazy to look at where I've come now and so far, because it's like everyone definitely has a unique experience. It's like I'm like it feels like my journey can be summed up as the the archetype of like the alchemist or the fool blended with the anti-hero, because it's like even though I showed up good and heroic, I feel like I had to use villain tactics to get by. So I was like the anti-hero, you know. But what I'm realizing is, man, that's just what life is, this whole ebb and flow, and you know, making great relationships along the way with people when you can. And I genuinely believe, even though someone may have a different philosophy, that it's to step on people, whatever. I don't really know how these big corporations and those big players in the game on that scale think, but to me, it's just treat people, give here. We're gonna give it down before 2025 or 2026. This is my whole rundown of energy you are no longer taking with you as you get older. And this is your guide, and this is exactly what I would have told myself. It's probably going to be the cliche, but until you go through it and experience it, it really doesn't become the embodiment. Be very, very, very mindful of who you give your energy to, and who you allow access to you. Now, I'm even seeing patterns of this in my life die out where I had to take my energy back, where I came in as a genuine, good, like hardworking person, always showing up, always available, always can hit my line. And the people that I was doing it for, nonetheless, not looking too deep into it. But sometimes would barely give me the time of day, barely get back instantly when I needed, because I went in with the impression that they would mirror my consciousness. And I was like, no, what am I doing? I'm being me. So I had to realize, because I'm someone who goes outside of themselves so much for other people, is just genuinely who I am. I find myself in that scenario a lot. I had to start giving back to myself. You know, it was funny because a bar stuck out in one of B.O.B.'s new songs, Black Phillip. I think it was Black Phillip, where he said, "You're giving away it all. Why not something for yourself? You give away it all. Shit, just keep something for yourself, bitch. Like, hold on to something." Like, it was fire. And that bar stuck out to me because it did represent, at least the art, how it stuck out for me is that it represented that aspect of my life that kept giving and giving and giving to what I would say are the right people, because everything works out in my favor. So that was teaching me a lesson, neither good or bad. It was just, hey, stop giving so much. So, you know, now, yeah. So that's a hard. Don't pass that one. That's a hard fact of reality. I feel like, you know. But then when you genuinely give from your heart and just genuinely are kindly giving things away, you don't really feel it. Like, I don't care anyways when I give, now that I've given that time or whatever. But now I'm very mindful, and I would say two, two is self-love. To me, is one of the most important things you'll ever discover and ever have. And it's funny because I seen this video of this creator, and not saying that this was his point, but he was talking about people who talk about look maxing and things like that. And even though I find those terms funny, if it's genuinely for the individual and not anyone external of them, looks max all day long. Aura farm, whatever these new terms are, which is funny about aura farming because we are made up of electromagnetic auras, so it's just funny that that's a term. But do it. Go ahead and do it. Why not? Because self love is the most important thing at the end of the day. Like, you could be someone who's maybe not all the way conventionally attractive. To me, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but, you know, to me, people call me handsome. I think I'm pretty much an average dude, but that's the thing. In my internal world, I'm like, damn, I'm good looking. I'm great looking. I have an amazing vibe. I have this, I have that. Like, I love myself. I can look in the mirror and be like, you've made it through some of the hardest obstacles in your life. Let's call it level up maxing, but good job for waking up. Like, I'm telling myself these things because neuro linguistic programming, you guys, you're programming yourself. So again, I find the looks maxing terms and all that dumb, right? I find it just corny because it's just like the same stuff being recycled. But hey, if you're doing it and you're doing it genuinely for you and you're not doing it for anyone outside of yourself, boom, that's self-love to me. Next thing is validation. I've filmed a lot of videos, so my voice is like going, but validation. We'll make this a quick three. You do not need validation outside of anybody, and nothing in this life validates you, bro. Nothing. That job title, that career, that plaque, that title. Who are you without that stuff? That's the true you. That child, that inner child, man. And even before that, but let's not go that deep right now. Who are you? None of these things validate you. Not your partner, not your family, not anything. Remove yourself from that for a second. Who are you? Some people may say, I am my family. Okay? Who are you if you didn't have them, though? Let's get deeper. But you don't have to. I get it. You are your environment. When you're the I am, you're everything around you. So, I get that. But again, just who are you without anything, without the job title, with all that, without the money? Take it all off, because that's the thing that happens to people when they achieve a lot of money. They feel like, yo, is this just it? Like, what's next? What's that? And that's why they try to find their connection with self. They've gone so far out in the material and out into the world, and other people too, who their identity is based on someone, is based on family, and they forget who they are. They don't know who they are without all of those things. So that's why, again, validation outside of yourself, try to drop that. I had an idea early on, but it just didn't click until I got to a certain point in my journey. And now I'm here and I'm like, man, So true. So true. I'm looking for some of my lip balm. What are we gonna say for 4? What do you guys think for 4? I say for 4, the right community, right? The right people, the right individuals you surround yourself with can get you to your goals faster. Now, it's a quote that I hear so many people saying, but it's the, if you want to get there, I think it's, is it if you want to get there fast, you go alone? Or no, if you want to get there, like, what is it? Fast, you go alone, and then something with a partner or community. I'm gonna flip that because I don't know what the original quote is, and I don't want to paraphrase it. I'm just gonna say this. Yeah, if you want to achieve the craziest amount of things without anyone criticizing your path, which they'll still criticize you depending on what career you do, you'll find criticism in everything. But if you want to do it where you've got no one telling you what to do, no one like blah 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 in your ear, this is for you, this is your path, this is what you're building, your own empire for everyone, and blah blah blah, then yes, go alone. Now, if you want to do it and you want to get to where you need to go fast, and like just like even the place I'm staying in, it like I met the people who provided this space to me, how it manifested through a community that I'm in. So it's the pillar right there says together. But if you want to get to your goals fast, it's the community, man. It's the people who you can build with. The caveat to that is that, yeah, like if you, yeah, it'll take longer alone than it will together, and sometimes it'll take fast. It's a matter of perspective, and it's a matter of everyone's journey is different. Maybe if you go alone, your goals that you would achieve being held down from the group that took 2 years will take one. It all really depends on who you are. From what I've seen, definitely life is really about networking. So if you can grab some cool buds that you guys all like play off of each other, you all got strengths, you all bring something to the table, and you don't like keep the ego out of it, you guys are deadly. Like, I mean, if you got 5 gods in the room against one, and that one god isn't like the creator of the other 5 gods, 5 gods are gonna smoke one god. It is what it is. Gods and goddesses, So that's the biggest thing. That was 4, yeah. What do we got for 5? I don't know. We'll get 6 since it's 2026. We'll get 6. 5, I think the biggest thing is have some sort of faith. So if you're watching my channel and you're into consciousness, well, hey, you found the right spot. But if you're not, create that connection with the divine, man, because there's so much more to life. There's so many things, and astral projecting and different things. Well, I don't know what experience is the thing that you believe in will bring you, but have that connection to a faith, because when all else is gone, you can always turn back to God, the divine, the universe, source. So always have some sort of connection to the divine that, because in my opinion, this world is temporary. Everything decays and falls out and it goes in cycles. And it's like there's an eternity somewhere for all of us. So I would say faith is a really big, important thing. Faith in an energy, for me, I'll say it from my perspective. So faith in source or God, which I'm made from that same, cut from that same cloth. So it's to believe in me. Believing in me and source are the same thing. Shout out to Morgan Freeman. If you know, you know. But that's some baller knowledge. But yeah. So keep faith with you and whatever you believe in your divine, and be like a divine warrior. Be like a divine aspect of that divine source. The energy I believe in, it's me. So I'm pulling from that higher source, collective consciousness, as a divine warrior walking in this plane, walking in this game. But keep that strong. I would say for 6, and then we'll roll out of here. I just want to say, love you guys if you made it this far. This whole journey, it's not an easy one. It's a wild one with a lot of wild loops and turns, and how your life is going to turn out. I still don't even know. I'm actively manifesting, but who knows how everything will actually show up in the physical. I'm just keeping faith, man. And number 6, the biggest one for number 6 is, I think the biggest one is, just remember this is all in the mind. And this can tie into self-love. It honestly always ties everything all together when it comes to community, being an individual, validation. It's all up here. It's all mindset. You know, I would take someone with the strongest mindset who society has deemed like a reject or whatever over the person with the weak mindset that's getting ahead over everybody, that's in the top spot. I'll always take the person with the unwavering, unshakable mindset any day of the week. Because if I'm a person who has a super strong mindset, super built, mindset, and this isn't playing into all is the mind yet, but it's together with it, then me and that person who, if they just didn't have the right resources or someone didn't give it to them, that person is going to ball all day long. That's going to be a hefty investment, over someone who has it all and they're stingy with their resources or whatever it may be in their life. They made a lot of money, have a lot of connections or whatever, but they're sneaky, they're weird, they go behind your back. I don't know. You guys can kind of maybe think of someone in life that you could think of that does that. They kind of play like the snake archetype in life, where it's like they have a lot of resources and they have this, but going in dealings with this person, it's just not it. So be very aware of who you surround yourself. Again, that goes back to the community thing and everything too. But yeah, but we're staying on the mindset. So, but for yourself personally, stay strong, man. I've gone through the craziest things this year and the last year, and honestly, the last 5 years, where it was just back to back things. That's why I tell you guys, no matter what, stay locked in up here because everything always works out in your favor. And I know it's the divine, I know it's the I am, I know it's consciousness, I know it's God, but I'm going to be the first one to tell you here that I don't want to say that for everyone. I'll just speak for myself. That you never know how things are going to play. It's fucking crazy. No matter what. I have gotten visions where things do happen, like I've predicted car crashes and stuff, right? But I feel like you never ever know when things are just gonna go fucking crazy, go wild. And it's all the mind, man. Just stay faithful that no matter where you are, if you're feeling down and out in life, that it's gonna work out. Hope we're still recording and that didn't cut off. But I love you guys. Stay strong for this new year of the horse. And I'm done. Much love.